Morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept, the circulatory system, that is related to circulatory pathways. What do you called? Circulatory pathways. In the previous classes, we discussed about the blood and its composition and the blood vessels and the blood capillaries. Okay, and what you called different types of lymphatic system and the tunica intima, tunica media, tunica externa. These are the three layers of blood vessels. Okay, and the coagulation of blood, then white blood cells, RBC, like that we discussed. From today onwards, we will discuss about the circulatory pathways. What is called? The circulatory pathways we are going to discuss. Observe very carefully, children. All are very important points which are very useful for the NEET examination point of view. There are two types of circulatory systems. There are two types of circulatory systems. Number one, open type of circulatory system. Number two, closed type of circulatory system. How many types of circulatory system? Open. Another one is closed. Why open? Why closed? In the name itself, answer is there. Why open? Why? Because open, they have what is called sinuses. Open circulatory system, blood flow in the sinuses. The blood which is flowing in the open circulatory system is called hemolymph. Hemolymph has a circulating fluid and is pumped up by the heart, which flows through the blood vessels into the sinuses. Sinuses, open canals. So once again, open type of circulatory system, the blood is called hemolymph as a circulatory fluid and is pumped by the heart, which flows through blood vessels into the sinuses. So sinuses are the open canals. So that is why the sinuses are the very important. Sinuses are referred as hemocoel, the gaps, the spaces. Hemocoel. Sinuses also referred as hemocoel. Open circulatory system is seen in arthropods. Open circulatory system, where we can see this open circulatory system, we will see in the arthropods and most of the mollusks. Okay, once again, there are two types of circulatory pathways. Number one, open type of circulatory pathway. Number two, closed type of circulatory pathway. Open type of circulatory pathway, the flow which is flowing in the open circulatory system pathway, the fluid is called hemolymph and is pumped by the heart, which flows through the blood vessels into the sinuses. Sinuses, nothing but what is another referred to as what is called hemocoel. Hemocoel, very important need bit. Sinuses referred to as which one? Hemocoel. So next, another important point to discuss is open circulatory system is seen in arthropods and mollusks. You know cockroach. Cockroach is related to arthropod. So in the cockroaches, we will see cardiac sinus, okay, pericardial sinus, okay, pericardial sinus, perivisceral sinus, perineural sinus, okay, cardiac sinus, head sinus, like that, head sinus, cardiac sinus, perivisceral sinus, perineural sinus, like that. Different types of sinuses are there in the arthropods. The arthropods blood, especially cockroach blood, you know very well, it's a white color, means no pigment. That's why it is called hemolymph. What is called? Hemolymph. The sinuses are referred to as, it is another name of sinuses, that is called hemocoel. Hemocoel, example, arthropods and mollusks. Come to next one, the closed circulatory system. The blood is pumped by the heart and flows through the blood vessels. Blood is pumped through the heart and flowed in the which one? The blood vessels. This is another important point. The blood is flowing in the blood vessels. Okay. Now, most important point that I am telling is closed circulatory system means the blood flow in the blood vessels like arteries and veins and pumped by heart. What are the types of blood vessels? You know very well. Arteries and veins and capillaries. Heart. You know very well. Two-chambered heart, three-chambered heart, myogenic heart, neurogenic heart. Okay, two-chambered heart, three-chambered heart, three-and-a-half-chambered heart, four-chambered heart. Like that, heart and blood vessels are there in the sense. Such kind of what you called circulatory system is called what you called closed type of circulatory system. Examples where we can see this closed type of circulatory system we will see in the annelids. Closed type of circulatory system we will see in annelids, cephalopods and vertebrates. Annelids, cephalopods and vertebrates. Very very important point. The closed type of circulatory system we will see in the annelids, cephalopods and vertebrates. Okay, all vertebrates have muscular chambered heart. Muscular. You know our heart is made with which muscles? You know very well, cardiac muscles. So like that, all vertebrates have muscular chambered heart. So muscle related chambers are there. That is called muscular chambered heart. So the fishes have two-chambered heart. Very important. How many chambers of heart in the fish? So in evolution process, we will see fish have two, frog have three, reptiles have 3.5, and aves and mammals have four chamber. Like that we discuss. So is there. Now you see, this is the heart of the fish. One auricle, one ventricle. That's it. Two chambers. Auricle and ventricle separated by auricular ventricular septum or septum. So two-chambered heart we will see in the fishes. So one auricle will be there, one ventricle will be there. The heart in the fishes consists of very very important. The additional chamber, what you call that is sinus venosus. The heart of the fishes consists of sinus venosus, an atrium, one ventricle, and bulbous arteriosus or conus arteriosus. Very very important. Sinus venosus, one additional chamber, bulbous arteriosus or conus arteriosus. So these two are very helpful, okay, for the supply of the transportation of blood. Sinus venosus or what you called bulbous arteriosus or conus arteriosus. What you call conus arteriosus. Like this, there will be what you called additional chambers. Okay, additional chambers of the heart will be there. Sinus venosus and conus arteriosus or bulbous arteriosus is present in the fishes. Okay, next, single circulation seen in the fish. So now you see, very easy for remembering single circulation. Come on, what is that? Body parts. Okay, heart, gills, body parts to heart, heart to gills, gills to body part. That's it. This way. So deoxygenated blood. Here oxygenated. So body parts to heart, heart to gills, deoxygenated blood only. But in the gills, exchange of the gases will be takes place. That is the reason in the gills oxygenated blood is there. So gills are respiratory organs. You know very well. So the single circuit, not two circuits are there in the fish. So this is called body parts to heart, heart to what you call gills. Gills to body parts, but are like this single only, not double. So that's why this fast fish circulatory system, what you call the fish circulatory system, will be considered as single circulation system or single circuit system circulation. So in amphibians, come to in amphibians. What about amphibians? So it is different. In the amphibians are what? Three chambers. Okay, why three chambers? You see, auricle, left auricle, right auricle, left auricle, one ventricle. But here what you understand, the auricles are separated by septum, but ventricle not separated by septum. So one, that's why single ventricle. See now, the amphibians have two auricles and one ventricle, no interventricular septum. Very very important. So auricles are separated by auricular septum. So that's why right auricle, left auricle. But one ventricle not separated by ventricular septum. So that is the reason we will see a single ventricle in the frog. So amphibians means nothing but what? The best example for amphibians, frog. So two auricles, one ventricle, no interventricular septum. no interventricular septum. Thus, that is the reason. So that is the reason what is happening. The mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in the ventricle is going on. So mixed blood. Why? Right auricle oxygenated, right auricle deoxygenated blood, left auricle oxygenated blood. Both are entering into the single ventricle. So in the ventricles, what will happen? Oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood will be mixed. So mixed blood will be enter into the which one? The mixed blood will be enter into the ventricle. So into the body parts also. Okay, deoxygenated blood takes place in the ventricle. This type of circulation is called incomplete double circulation. This type of circulation is called incomplete double circulation. So left atrium receives the oxygenated blood. Just now I said why? Because left connected to the lungs. Left atrium connected to the lungs. You know, through the pulmonary vein collects the oxygenated blood from lungs to left auricle. So oxygenated blood. But right auricle through the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, okay, they receives the deoxygenated blood. Which one? The right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood. Very important point here. The left atrium receives the oxygenated blood and right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood. So there will be very important right side circuit. Complete deoxygenated circuit is there. Deoxygenated blood related circuit is there. That is called pulmonary circuit. What do you call that circuit? Pulmonary circuit. And another circuit is there. Which one? Oxygenated blood means left side we will see one circuit that is called systemic circuits. Seen amphibians and reptiles. Pulmonary circuit. Systemic circuits are seen in the amphibians, reptiles, crocodiles, birds, okay, like this. So seen in amphibians, reptiles, crocodiles and birds. Mammals have two auricles and two ventricles. So there is no problem in the mammals. Why? Auricles are separated by auricular septum. Okay. Ventricles are separated by ventricular septum. Auricular separated by auricular septum. Ventricles are separated by ventricular septum. Auricles and ventricles are separated by auriculoventricular septum. So interauricular septum, interventricular septum is there in the mammals and birds' heart. Complete separation of oxygenated blood from the deoxygenated blood. So right side part and the left side, right side blood and left side blood will not mix at all. Why? Septums are there. Complete separation of the blood. Okay, from deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood will be separate. So oxygenated blood, systemic circuit. Deoxygenated blood, pulmonary circuit. So pulmonary circuit and systemic circuits. Two circuits are there. That is the reason. So pulmonary circuit and systemic circuit. Pulmonary circuit means where? From where to where? Lungs to left. From lungs to left auricle. Okay, left auricle to right body parts to right auricle to right ventricle to lungs. That is pulmonary circuit. Systemic circuit, lungs to left auricle to left ventricle and body parts. That is systemic circuit. So this all pulmonary circuit and a systemic circuit togetherly called. What I said, the pulmonary circuit and systemic circuits are evident and complete double circulation. So they togetherly called, they completely completes the double circulation. Okay, like this, children. What we discussed? Open type of circulatory system. Open type of means blood will flow in the sinuses, the head sinus, cardiac sinus, perivisceral sinus, perineural sinus. Like that we discussed, and especially the examples in the open type of circulatory system where we can see in arthropods. So the sinuses are called hemocoels, and the blood is called, blood of arthropods are called, what do you call? Hemolymph. And the examples are arthropods and mollusks. Next, closed type of circulatory system. What do you call? Closed type of circulatory system. We will see in the where in the fishes and annelids, arthropods, cephalopods and vertebrates. Why? Because the blood will flow in the blood vessels like arteries and veins, and the fishes have two-chambered heart and additional chambers like sinus venosus, okay, and conus arteriosus. Single circuit circulation will be there, and what you call incomplete double circulation will be there in the what you want, the frog. Why? Because mixed blood is going on. So like that we discussed, but in the mammals have two auricles and two ventricles. So completely auricles and ventricles are separated by interauricular septum. So ventricular septum, the complete separation of oxygenated blood from the deoxygenated blood, pulmonary and systemic circuits are there. So that's why this is called. So whose mammals double circulation system? The mammal circulation system will be called. What do you call the mammal circulation system is called? A double circuit circulation. What do you call that is? Double circuit circulation. So human circulatory system, if you see, come on, human circulatory system means pumping organ of the blood. So human circulatory system is a closed type of circulatory system. You know mammals. Mammal means human. Human is a, you know very well, the closed type of circulatory system. The closed type of circulatory system consists of heart and blood vessels, you know very well. So the heart, four-chambered heart will be there. First, blood circulation system is identified by William Harvey, you know very well. But structure of the heart, first studied about the structure of heart is Raymond Deviesens. What do you call? Raymond Deviesens. Raymond Deviesens in 1706. The cardiac muscles, thoracic cavity, where the heart is present, that is important. The heart is present in the thoracic cavity. Okay, that is important. Heart is made with which muscles? The heart is made with cardiac muscles. The heart is located in the thoracic cavity. The cardiac muscles, you know very well, very important. They have a special structures called intercalated discs, which are helpful for the rhythmic impulse movement. So next, the weight of the heart is 300 grams in adults. The size of the heart is like a stringed fist. Okay, the fist of the particular person's heart size will be there. There are four chambers of a heart. How many chambers of heart? There will be four chambers, two auricles and two ventricles. Two auricles and two ventricles. So the covering of the heart is called covered by three layers. What are the three layers? Epicardium, what do you call? Myocardium and endocardium. Epicardium, myocardium, endocardium. So auricles are separated by what I said. The auricles are very, very important. So this is important. The heart is covered by the cardium, right? The cardium is separate, pericardium, epicardium, myocardium, endocardium, like that. The cardium protects the heart from the external shocks and injuries. Next, another important, the auricles are separated by interauricular septum. Ventricles are separated by ventricular septum, and the walls which are present in the auricles and between the auricles and ventricles, that those walls are called auriculoventricular walls. So like this, the heart structure will be there. Tomorrow we will be discuss a complete internal structure of the heart in a detailed manner. So what I am telling is, there will be sinuses, means open type of circulatory system, and blood vessels means closed type of circulatory system, and single circuit means only one time, one movement, one circuit is there in the sense single circuit. Here two circuits are there in the sense, there are two circuits are there. The two circuits, number one, the double circuits, what is called pulmonary circuit and systemic circuit. Two circuits are there. Pulmonary circuit means lung is involving and deoxygenated blood is there. Systemic circuit means the pure blood, means oxygenated blood is moving from lungs to left auricle to left ventricle, like that, left ventricle to body parts, like that. So pure oxygenated blood, systemic circuit. Deoxygenated blood, pulmonary circuit. Togetherly called double circuit circulation. So will be there. Next, human heart, first structure studied by Raymond Deviesens in 1706. The heart is made with cardiac muscles and that located in thoracic cavity, and 300 grams of adults heart weight is 300 grams, and the size, the closed fist, the four chambers, two auricles, two ventricles. The heart is covered by epicardium, myocardium, endocardium. The heart auricles are separated by interauricular septum, even ventricles separated by interventricular septum. In between the auricles and ventricles, there will be walls are there. Those walls are called auriculoventricular walls. Tomorrow, complete detail about human circulatory system and internal structure of the heart we will be discussed.